Okay, it didn't stop. I stopped it. I mean, it didn't stop at all. I put it on. I have a scene called blank, and when you told me I had not gone live yet, and I was still in my standby screen, I clicked on the wrong one and went to blank.
Ice.
Yes,
well,
sir.
I'll tell you what, Ice Man. I won't say anything now. I'll bring it up in 6 months' time. Oh no, wait, that's me being a wife again, isn't it? Sorry.
Ain't that 9 months?
Right below
Sorry,
me is a...
Go ahead, CC.
Yeah, go CC.
During the war.
Nice.
In the war.
Well, I'm sure CC and Colander get that one.
Yeah. Either one of you in the war? Any war?
Nope.
No.
My dad was.
It's a comedy thing.
Well, that's what I was thinking. See, how it got started was we've got a little applet in the stream elements, and I can do quotes. I got to copy them all off one at a time, and you can do exclamation point quote right now, and I have 50 quotes from pilots, famous as it were, all the way back to Leonardo da Vinci, to include Nostradamus. I believe there was one, but a lot of different quotes in there, and they just didn't go over very big. I'm the only one that ever typed exclamation point quote. So I thought maybe along that line we could get Matt to tell us short tales when I was in the war or when I was in the Navy, because he that's a preceding line of many of his best short quotes.
We used to. I was a safety petty officer in one of the commands, and it was really funny because they come out with this thing. They had a safety magazine that come out once a month, and one of the best things I ever heard was for the 4th of July holiday was
Hello.
He who goes forth on he who goes forth with a 5th on the 4th may not come forth on the 5th.
Okay.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Who was that trying to get in there? Did he just
I don't know.
leave?
I didn't catch who it was.
I think he said something, and by the time I got my Discord up, I've got messages. He's probably chewing me out.
Again.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, Ace.
What's that?
He's saying sorry, but I don't think there's anything you've done there, CC.
No, I don't think you did
in
anything.
the middle of a story, that's all it was.
Yeah, and it wasn't Matt either. It just, I think that's another one that came in the middle of something and tried to get his radio checked, not asking for it. Spoke up and we didn't speak back, so.
Delanda, you there?
Yep.
Hello?
Yep.
Sorry, Colander.
Yeah.
Who's Richard?
That's Richard from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
correction. South California. Sorry, Richard.
Oh, right, okay.
Correct.
Sorry, I placed you about 3,500 miles from your home there. I do apologise.
He did.
And I thought I had a neighbor that I didn't know about.
Ironically, I was born in South Carolina,
Whereabouts?
Greenville, on the base, on the Air Force base that they used to have out there.
Roger. I live in Hartsville, about 8 miles from Darlington Speedway.
I was only there a couple of years, and then my dad got reassigned to Georgia, and then that's when we went to Hawaii a couple of years after that.
Your dad was in the Air Force?
Yes, that's correct.
Buddy, turn your mic up a bit, please.
Yeah, you're a little bit undermodulated there.
Sorry to pull rank.
No,
All right.
I noticed it, but it's not. I've got headphones on, so it's not, over noticeable.
Is Ready One on our list?
Ready One flies with us occasionally. Yeah, he's in an F-18 at the moment.
And I don't think he's ever been in the Discord either, has he?
I don't know. I just see him here.
Thing is, not everybody wants to join the Discord, do they?
Yeah.
I mean, I've joined group flights before where I've not bothered with the Discord.
I
And
agree.
a lot of streamers just won't include Discord because it's hard, guys. I mean, I know, everybody's brought up and lives in different surroundings, and everybody's got different values and different, and it. I don't know how to put it.
It's all different. It's all
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I mean, we joke around, and our sense of humor. Somebody walks in the middle of a conversation, and it's a joke going on, and they're like, "Oh, I don't like this,"
Well, we do try to keep it PG, but a lot of streamers won't even include Discord for that reason because they're terrified somebody's going to say something and they're not going to be able to, or have to go back and edit it out.
Yeah.
That's fine, then go away.
And I don't care about the stream viewers. I don't mean it that way, but it's about the flight. It's always about the flight, and I feel like Discord is part of the flight. That's part of the enticement of being able to fly with others. Not now. Who did that to me?
I don't know.
I'm fixing to be about 800 feet above land.
Sandra?
I was just waiting for you to get above that ridge line. That's all.
Yeah, you missed it. I haven't got above. I mean, I can do a roll, but a flip. What did it take me 5 or 10 minutes to get altitude the last time?
Probably.
Well, with all these helicopters about, it'll only take you about 5 or 10 minutes for a rescue.
Yeah, we'll just drop the wench to you.
I'm the only one with the HIMS package. Remember?
Yeah, well,
Is the HEMS available?
Pardon me?
Is the HEMS package available?
It is not. It will be available in about 2 weeks. Now, I have that as of the 16th when I was privied with a copy to show off. And if you...
had it on, sorry.
I did a stream with it on last Monday called Monday Fundy Surprise Hems. And if you go to the Twitch stream, you can view that. It's not much of a review. I'm not much of a reviewer. Bad Gamer did a review on it. There's been quite a few comical reviews. People crashing on takeoff that can't fly the helicopter any better than I can. And that's saying something. So there's been a lot of talk, but no, I've been given this just to show off in stream, and if you'd like me to get into it, you'll have to watch the stream because you can't see it anyway in the sim because you don't own it. When it comes out, there'll be time that I can fly that. Right now, I'm bound by several constraints. I can't load the HEMS version with my other H-145 with the civil, military, and luxury versions. So I have to choose one or the other. So on a flight like this, when I'm honoring the guy that created this livery that I'm in now, which is the first in 30 years personalized ICE333 livery. So I fly it. I was offered this livery on the tour, so I fly it on the tour. I'm kind of biased about it, and it doesn't matter to me that everybody sees a Bonanza. I'm sorry about that. But download my livery and buy the 145, and you won't have that problem. With the hems, it's a little different. I have it now, and I don't want to. I don't want to brag about it. I mean, you know, I was very honored to be given it because, again, I'm not a reviewer. It's not something that I would do a good job with reviewing, but I can show it off.
Okay.
Well, if we land up here at the last airport and you want me to show you what I got, I'd be happy to. It'll take about 10 minutes to load back in because I'll have to come out of the sim and reload.
Thank you.
We did that on, what was it, last Sunday's Sunday Fundy flight, and I wasn't familiar enough with it to really go through. It's got 3 missions. It's fully workable as far as I can see. It's a good package. I'm tickled. I can't wait for the rest of them.
The one I saw reviewed was a Seattle car crash that you flew out to, and yeah, it looked good. Looked good.
The crashes are real good. The animation.
Although they do say to take off your live traffic, you know, your traffic density on ground traffic.
Right, and I didn't, and you can tell it in that stream. You're 100% right. I'm glad you mentioned that because I need to remember to do that.
Yeah, but they made it really challenging. They also modeled the traffic lights so that it's complicated to get with the helicopter down there.
Oh yeah, as far as
I saw that, frankly. Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say I saw that. It looked really tight to get in as well, like a challenging landing.
They are a challenge, yes, sir. But that's
I'm looking so forward to it.
But that's what HEMS is about. I mean, you know, you got to be able to get to where they are. It doesn't matter if they're in a tight spot. They're already in a tight spot. They're in a more tight spot than you are having to land there.
Yeah, I have no idea what HEMS actually stands for. I'm just going to take a quick guess. Is it something like Helicopter Emergency Medical Service or something?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, and we will get the fire version as well, and also missions to go firefighting and a big bucket under the helicopter. I'm looking so forward to it. But Iceman, you just got the HEMS version and the content creators preview?
The HEMS version is the only one that will come out first. The product will be in beta when it comes out. So it'll be pretty much like the investment you made with the helicopter. You know the performance and customer service and attention to detail that the team at Hype does on the product. So you bought it for the same reason I do, same reason I did, and that's I have good faith in everybody on their team. They've done great work.
Really good, yeah, really good.
Yeah. I mean, but imagine what it's going to be like when they finish it. That action pack has actually 5. There's a police.
And the cargo as well.
Cargo, yes.
Sling slide.
I mean, so it's, you know, there's 5 packages in that, and you can get it right now for $35, not $42 like I paid, and like it will be again after they release the beta.
Yeah, we will get a lot of missions with them too.
The missions, I think the missions are going to be maybe in each pack he'll do 3 or 4 like he did in the hymns version. But I think they're actually just set up so that content creators can improve on them, like we were talking about earlier on with the Sobo and not putting in a great deal of detail because that gives the community something to do.
Yeah, and they're always implementing a mission editor, as I know, and so this will be great.
Yes, they will have a mission editor when it's all said and done, and I don't know when that'll be implemented. It's not at all in the version that I have. Like I said, the features that I have may or may not be in the finished product. It's not even in beta yet. It's 2 weeks till the beta release.
Sorry, Ice. Are we landing at 19 Alpha Kilo?
Well, I do this with the World Tour and the Sunday Fundy flights a specific way. If anybody needs to stop, we'll stop. Absolutely. It's 67 miles to Yakutat. Yakutat. So, yeah, if you need to stop, absolutely, we'll stop. Just
Passing over the Bering Glacier right now. It's very scenic.
Yes. Okay. So you're past the. If I recall correctly, you're past the airport now, anyway, aren't you? Or not? Am I? I'm passing over the Great Glacier. I see it now. Yeah. Thank you. I make these notes. I knew it was there. Okay, I have not got enough airspeed. But I have a monster. I can fix that.
Does anybody need to stop? Anybody wants to stop?
No, we're cool.
Nope, I don't need to.
Fine.
Did you need to stop, Chris?
No, I'm good. I've noticed CK Cannon.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
That's what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about, guys. People that are new, the whole gambit, the whole variety, newcomers from everywhere around the world, people that fly with us every now and again when they get the chance, that have obviously been with us and come back because they liked it. I don't know why. I guess I'm self-conscious about it because it's something that's been bothering me recently, so we don't want to offend anybody.
Don't be, it's fun. Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I think for the most part, anybody who's stuck around has enjoyed the flights, has come back. I worry about those few that, come in the middle of a conversation when the fixed wing alliance is getting picked on out of love and jest, and they may not, realize that.
Yeah, but don't forget that most people are flying on their own anyway, so it's like a new experience for them. They're going like, oh, I fly on people. Ooh.
I think some of it is that it's quite an ambient experience, isn't it?
It is.
Very different, yeah.
the real strength of Microsoft Flight Sim is that there's just so much detail when you're flying low VFR. It's just radically different to the experience of something like X-Plane. Even DCS to a degree. I mean, DCS is definitely. I mean, it's a good experience if you are on the right.
Just a little part of the world.
You have the time to learn it, yeah.
Yeah, I think what I'd say to that, Colander, is that all the sims leading up to this one, it's always been in an airliner, flying, flight level 400 or whatever. I think this is the only time I've actually sat down and I wanted to fly GA.
Yeah. I mean, in DCS, I'll play just search and rescue. There's only about 2 or 3 search and rescue servers where you can actually go and actually rescue people. But I'll play that. But now that we've got something approaching a decent helicopter in Microsoft Flight Sim, then that's why I'm here.
You don't know how big a grin you just put on my face. I love these guys at Hype. I think they are absolutely the best in the business, period. Hands down. I think they set the bar for everybody else that makes aircraft in the future for the sim. When you said that, that's what they have built this helicopter and the Hype Performance Group company on is just attention to detail and being better than the rest.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that the 145 is very impressive. I mean, I'm used to flying the Mi-8 in DCS, and that is a fiercely good simulation, from what I can tell. I've got certainly over 400 hours in that. And I'm impressed with the 145.
Yeah, it's about the stabilization programs. You have 4 switches on your autopilot, and if you press them all and get them to yellow, all stabilizations are cancelled, and then you know how it flies without that fly-by-wire system.
Sorry, buddy.
How long have you had the H-145?
Me?
Yeah.
10 days.
So you've really not got to watch the H-145 discussion room or any of that enough to see what I was talking about. Yeah, I got my 2020 version in April last year. I didn't get on Hype until October and started streaming shortly thereafter, but since October, I've been privy to watching, if you watch that group, that channel, H145 discussion on Hype, you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, they're instantaneous almost always about responding to I have a question, I can't do this, or how do I? Many times, I've got to be honest with you, many times your answer will be go read the manual, because he has paid extensive hours to put creating a decent menu. Yeah, they're working, but they're not showing the videos. All right, so Joel, I'm sorry. Flights with Joel is in the house. What, read? Yeah.
Oh, hi, buddy.
He heard me say read the manual.
RTFM.
Only when we're forced to read the rules and manuals will we. Hey, Joel. Appreciate you stopping in, buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a bloke thing. RTFM.
I didn't know what you meant, yeah.
RTFM.
I should know what that means.
It means read the.
Yes. I know what it means now.
Yeah, it means read the full manual.
The full manual, that's right.
Oh,
Because,
yes.
yeah, if you only read what you think you'll need, you're going to need something else later.
Agreed.
Because it's definitely detailed beyond, yeah, fine manual. Full manual, he says.
I usually find that if you have a problem, rather than read the whole manual, go, well, I can't work it out, so read the manual.
Yeah, so they just get on Discord and they ask, you know, how I know this is a silly question. You probably answered 1,000 times. And he says, yes, I have. And he posts a link to the last time.
That's the one. That's the one.
Usually just the day before or that afternoon. It's fun to watch. I've just never seen this level of just this magnitude of attention and wide open, you know, transparency.
Watch the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they said flat out they were not going to do a HEMS version. They were going to move on and do another helicopter. But the outcry in the community was so great that they're doing a HEMS version. Only they're not going to just do a HEMS version. They also had people that wanted, you know, the fire bucket, and they're listening.
Yeah.
I mean, they're listening and putting it all together. It's wonderful to watch.
Yeah, and they never let us down on an update and put more features to it. And it was always a surprise from update to update.
Yeah. I can't wait to find out what the other tablet on the left on the co-pilot seat is going to contain. I'm wrong about targeting. I thought it would be targeting, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about targeting. And they hold all that close to the vest. They won't tell you.
The flight model is brilliant. If you set the cycle up to being really sensitive, it's brilliant.
I agree.
At the risk of sounding like your Wi-Fi's man, are you being attentive to the stream?
Yes. I was. I've spoken to Joel 3 or 4 times. Pardon me?
Your wife, Sandra.
No, he is my partner. He's very good at heading things off at the pass and keeping me on level ground.
Chris, I'm talking about it.
I think he knows you are.
Yeah, sounds like a marriage.
I couldn't ask for a better team that much.
Oh,
What's that?
don't forget we're all naked now.
We're not naked anymore. Does that
Now
mean
you-
I can't?
Well,
Does
now
that
you
mean I
tell
can't
me.
stand up? I couldn't resist.
Tell me now.
I'm only naked halfway.
Oh, thanks, I'm in VR.
Well, I got a long shirt on, so
I'm so glad you said
Yeah.
shirt at the end of that conversation.
well, if you were watching the stream, I stood up. I didn't want.
You really did stand up.
See, Joel is fully naked under his clothes.
Can I put some clothes back on? I'm really getting really cold.
So just to
Colander, whereabouts are you actually from?
I'm in the UK. I'm in the West UK, not far from Gloucester. But originally I was Essex, not far from Stansted Airport.
Okay, what, Harlow way?
Yeah, not far from there.
Cambridge.
In that vicinity, yes.
Somewhere along the M11.
Yeah, somewhere along the M11. Yeah.
I used to live near Cambridge. I used to work in Cambridge,
So do I.
in Massachusetts.
Ah, well.
Sandra.
I've been to Northampton in Massachusetts.
Oh, have you? Yeah, that's New Hampshire. It's right on the border. Yeah.
So there's a Manchester, New Hampshire, isn't there?
Yep, Manchester, New Hampshire.
Start that again.
Sorry, were you saying something, Chris? Go ahead.
So you're from Manchester?
Yep.
Our new man is from Worcester?
Sorry, me.
Sorry.
It wasn't quite specified exactly, but somewhere. Sorry, go ahead, Colander.
Well, where I'm based at the moment is, well, let's call it Gloucester, in Gloucestershire, in the UK. Is where I'm.
3 English people.
Yeah, it's a new record for the Discord group.
We need to get some more Helsinki people in there too.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
We got 2 on Sunday.
You did indeed. They're still flying the flight plan.
Oh,
No,
dear.
it was good. It was good. I actually really enjoyed it, all joking aside.
Well, isn't this Finland, guys? It has snow and everything.
I
Yeah.
expected no less.
Oh no, I'm looking forward to get more south.
It's a bit ironic.
More temperate climates like Denmark.
It's a
You
bit
mean
ironic,
like South?
actually.
You mean like South Pole?
Now let's stop at the equator.
Sorry,
I
go
bet-
ahead, Colander.
I was just going to observe what I'm seeing on Iceman's stream is actually not got very much ice on it, whereas what I'm seeing actually out front at the moment from within my helicopter is quite a lot of snow.
You on live weather? We are all on live weather. I don't
right.
think Iceman is
Hopefully
currently
not.
flying on live weather. Not sure.
This is probably where I'm going to press the wrong button.
Yeah, for the guys on the live weather, it's really quite cleared up. It was well, a lot of cloud before. It seems to have cleared.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, I
hard to
picked
see
up
something.
IFR through the mountains.
But
Kind of without any kind of helpers or anything like that on it.
Iceman, you've just popped in right at the right time there. I think Colander had a question on the 145.
Yeah, just simply how do you make it as manual as it will go?
you know the autopilot panel below the right-hand GTN 750?
Okay.
Over these rotary knobs, you have 4 pressing knobs. If you push all 4 of them, they will get yellow, and yellow means that all stabilizations are off. And then you got the raw beast.
Not for that.
Is that the A trim, BK up, AP1, AP2 buttons. Whoa,
Yep.
nearly went into a tree.
Woo!
Okay, so
Yeah.
I need them yellow. Is that what we're saying here? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
if all four are yellow, it's the raw beast without any stabilization programs.
Well, yep. Okay, that's
That's
Yeah,
the one.
that's fun.
better. Right.
We're landing at Alpha Kilo.
Are we going to stop? I think we could, maybe for 5 minutes.
Yeah, good idea.
Fine by me.
Alpha Kilo, you said, or are we going all the way to Anchorage?
Alpha Kilo for a fuel stop or a plane change or whatever.
Yeah, so that's
Alpha Kilo 1-2.
1-5, is it?
1-9.
9 Alpha Kilo.
Well, we were getting closer. Iceman, I think you're on. Oh, here we go. The wife again. I think you might be on mute.
Where's 1-9?
So we headed to PACY, yeah?
19 Alpha Kilo.
Oh. Stopped.
That's not good.
Ah, at least they spawn in again.
Before we do it.
Iceman, you're on mute.
Is the Iceman's music playing on the background?
Yeah, so he should have internet.
Don't think it can be because he's on mute. Well, I can see him trying to speak, but there's no sound.
Ow!
Very static.
Bit of Spanish music.
Yeah, welcome to the tinnitus.
Yeah, Spanish music is very apt for Alaska.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, Chris. Sorry, Sandra.
Roger. Sorry, Chris.
Sorry, stand by.
Stand by.
Standing by.
Thanks, Matt.
Sitting by.
Thanks.
Yes, we can hear you.
Uh-huh.
Who are you?
Something's happened with my audio. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Is it in the stream now, Chris?
Turn up.
I see everybody stopping for me. I appreciate it. It went down while I was trying to fix the audio. DOM new 2. Hello. Is there some possibility to get the world tour plan? Yes, if you're on my Simply Simulator server. I'm sorry, Chris, did you say I am hot on stream?
Yeah.
Okay, if you are on my Simply server stream, you can go to the World Tour info. I believe one of the rooms anyway has the flight plan in its entirety, but it is not broke into sections. So there will be a lot of modifications. But yes, you can download a PDF with that plan. Thanks, Chris.
Next. 19 Alpha Kilo.
Yes. Just a little hold up there.
What's that?
Are you guys flying on?
Oh, well, join us. You're welcome to join us. I don't know what to call you, NU2 or Dom. So, yeah, Dom, just spawn in anywhere you like. We fly these every Wednesday and Thursday, and we do a scenic tour on Sundays of places we've either missed or want to go back to.
I think what we've decided, if it's okay with everyone, we're going to stop at 19 Alpha Kilo and let everybody regroup, and any aircraft changes I think somebody wanted to do as well.
All right. That'll take me, like I said, at least 10 minutes to get back in if I'm going to change. But I thought we'd do it at the end, so we didn't want to hold up everybody. You guys are late in China and Germany, and all you guys are up late to fly, so I didn't want to hold everybody up. I mean, unless everybody wants me to show them the hymns. And
I think it's only a short hop anyway, isn't it, from 19 Alpha Kilo to
I think
the
it's like
destination?
I think it's like 67 miles.
Yeah. So we're going to hold up at Alpha Kilo, guys. Everyone happy with that?
What's that?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good with I'm good with anything.
Joey.
I'm reading. Say again.
All right. Is there a plane change here or what?
If everybody wants me to change and take the time, yeah. Otherwise, I'll do it at the end of the stream so everybody can be on their way if they need to.
Hey, can you fly a glider, please?
A glider? Now, I was doing that for the action pack. I can fly a glider, though. Not here or today.
Just joking.
Or ever. Is that what you're saying?
No, I can. I have. I actually like parasailing. Parasailing? No, that's not right. Yeah.
Has anyone tried the discus?
I have. I have it and the A333.
How'd you find it, CC?
I've flown a glider for real, and it's kind of interesting.
So is it a lot different?
No power.
Well, when he says, how did you find it? He wants to know how the flight model was. I mean, is it...
No, I've flown it for real.
Oh, that's cool.
And my understanding of the CAA is you don't need a license for a glider. That's about correct, isn't it?
Correct, yeah.
No Cap 403. Well, in fact, forget Cap 403. I know they say in the UK there's a sub 70 kg rule as well now, isn't there?
No idea.
Yeah, they say now that you don't actually need a license if there's anything under sub 70 kilograms or 75 with a reserve chute. So there's a lot of aircraft being manufacturers now that basically look like flex wing microlights that you don't need a license for.
Okay.
I think experimentals you don't either. Which...
So I don't know about the FAA and stuff, but over in the UK, there used to be a rule that if it was a foot-launched microlight, usually we're talking about a paramotor or what you guys would call a powered paraglider, a PPG.
Ultralight.
You never used to use... Yeah, well, you never used to use, need a license in the UK for that. But what they've actually said now in the UK since, I think it's about 2014, is that as long as it's under 70 kilograms, you don't actually need a license at all.
Flying out of Leicester back in 1987, did nothing.
Yeah, you're still required to fly with an air chart. Now, I actually fly paramotors. Now, you try and fly with an air chart, it's not as easy as it sounds.
An air chart, sorry.
Excuse me a second. Dom, if you go to the Flight Sim community calendar, under events, you'll find the calendar. And I post all these flights on there each week if you are interested. Thanks, guys.
Yes, you do. Good, Chris.
Sorry, yeah.
You were saying.
When I
I
said
was just talking
rudely
about
interrupted.
playing with a map, basically.
Well, when I was doing it, it was basically jump up with your instructor and do your biz.
Well, what are you talking about now? Sorry, the paramotoring or the gliding?
K13 glider.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was talking about paramotor. Yeah, I've never tried gliding. It looks amazing. Did you go off from the winch or a tow?
Both.
Oh man, I missed Ready One. Ready One came into the. See, that's the problem with this. I need a bot that can automatically. I started to set one up. Automatically raise the roll level in my stream. They come into my stream and leave because they can't do anything.
Chris?
Yeah, go ahead.
I learnt solo gliders in '87. Being taught by Derek Piggott. Now, who is he?
Sorry, who again? Say again.
Derek Piggott.
Sorry, you really muffled. Say that again.
Derek Piggott.
Yeah, you
I
are.
have no idea.
You are a
Not
little
Lester Piggott's.
under the modulation.
Yeah.
You're not very loud.
Who, me?
Yes, sir.
I'll change it now. Hang on.
Oh, CC's landed.
Sounds like he said Derek Piggott.
BC, that's not 19, bud. Oh, he's breakdancing. Cool.
Box, please.
I didn't even know you could do that in a fixed wing. Chris, you see him down there
Yeah, go ahead.
breakdancing? Can you do that?
I probably can, but inadvertently.
Well, the part of inverted is the part that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Cece's back there
I'll
on.
check it out.
Cece's back there on the ground doing spins on his head.
What's it, please?
Oh yeah, I've got your readability 4.
If you go into your Discord settings, you can turn them up. Chris, if you right-click on his name, you can turn him up. I think it may be a left click.
It's right click.
Yeah, you can turn him up, which may or
I
may
think
not.
it's not the volume. It's not the volume. I
Yeah.
think it's just the clarity.
What's
Yeah,
it, please?
I need to put you. It sounds like I need to put you in touch with my sound guy.
Please do.
I'd be happy to.
It's not that you're inaudible. I can hear you. It was just a bit sort of muffled. That was all.
Yeah, you really have to pay attention to hear him clearly.
So sorry. Go ahead, Chris. CC.
There we go. So if you do a search on Discord for Austin Hall Music, and he's on Facebook, he's all over the place. He's my sound guy, and he'll know exactly what your problem is with that mic. He fixed my mic so it sounds a little better anyway. Sometimes I get the equalizer wrong.
It was perfect for him up until then.
I just need to learn to quit touching things.
Hmm.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Correct.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I see a Bonanza, a DA-42, a Cessna.
This is a nice sound to race between the trees.
Oh, I did put it back in Discord. That's not offending anybody, is it?
No, it was nice shooting through the trees down there, and that's easy sound.
Well, I played with that for I think a week, trying to get it to pipe through Discord, didn't I?
Bullet, you're back.
I thought he was in another room up here, but he's not. Wow, both of them left.
Who left?
No, I'm the guy that does my sound usually hangs out in CIA Cowboys Discord.
Oh, okay.
And Cowboy and one of his female friends were in there, and they have both left quickly for some reason. I didn't disturb them, I know that.
I'm gonna take a couple of minute break here.
Sure. I'm trying to get down to the ground level without coming down too fast.
Good luck.
So I think we shouldn't expect a fuel pump here.
That's interesting.
What?
The Bonanza coming down like that.
Oh, yes. If you're on my Twitch, I'll shoot you a link real quick to my livery. I'm actually in the military version of the 145. And I'm fighting the altitude control, stupid. Okay. No wonder I couldn't get down.
You back with us, CC?
Did we lose him? How'd we lose him?
He's still in the Discord.
Oh, I see. There you all are. Oh, okay.
My mic didn't quit. Oh, whew, that hurt. That was another nice hard landing. If you're new to the 145, I might tell you it is so realistic that you have two $10,000 filters in your $10 million helicopter that if you park on the grass or a sandy beach, those filters will fill up. And there's no spring cleaning for those filters. You have to pay $10,000 each to replace them. They're called IBF. And if you look at that gauge I was showing you earlier, one of the numbers on there, it's a crossbar right under one of the top gauges there. And it says IBF, and there's two of them. And it'll tell you how many percentage they are clogged. Fortunately, our fearless leader, Dave, didn't feel that was fair to some of the new guys, and he's programmed away in the tablet that you can clean those filters. Sorry, Matt.
IBF, is that itty bitty filter?
These are not itty bitty filters.
No, but they pick up itty bitty pieces.
They do pick up itty bitty pieces. So maybe they are itty bitty filters. Filters for itty bitty, right?
Right.
So if you go into the, let's see, where do I find it? IBF filters installed, and as you see, if you're watching, mine is almost 100%, and I better clean them because I just landed in the grass. And yes, they fill up that fast. Debris, sand, etc. So we're going to take a quick break. Take 5, everybody empty your buckets, and we shall return.
Be back in 5.
All right, welcome, Alien Gathering and Denoter back. Welcome, Allway Cooper, Allwin Cooper, I'm sorry. Commander Root, welcome back. Appreciate your support. Gorhane, thank you. Farming Girl, welcome back. It's Zima, good to see you. Lurk, Smithsoon, boy, got a bunch of people joined that I didn't pay attention to. And We Love Marbles, all in the Twitch stream. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it.
something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers, and you'll find what you've got. I met a young man searching for glory. I took out an old pen, wrote in my story. Then I kept walking on down the road. When your time is up, it's time to go. I pray he reads what's on the note and takes to heart what I wrote. I said, son, when you grow up, you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers, and you'll find what you've got. When you grow up, you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers, and you'll find what you've got.
Yes, you'll have to see it in the stream. Cool. As soon as it gets in the airport here. Another few seconds. I like the idea you can drop a man, go someplace and come back, and he'll be right there where you left him. Anywhere in the world to pick him back up. Yep, me too. Me too. Everybody can hope. Really is. I mean, even with the I'm doing something here, and let me know if you hear Joel.
This is for you guys. So part of the crew's gone. One of them's still there. You can get rid of it. You can empty the entire thing out, or you can fill it back up. We're gonna play with the stretcher in a bit. There's plans for that too.
Grantler,
first we will go.
I think I'm gonna, even though I got in the hams. I think I'm gonna
faster than when I started on my
Flights with Joel is doing his
Irishman tried to rescue a man
flight.
with 2-mile rope yesterday.
He's
LOL.
doing hams. He's showing the hams. So I'm gonna change my plan, and I'm gonna raid Joel.
He would try and rescue someone with a 2-mile
I'm gonna
rope.
raid Joel
I
with everybody in the stream.
Limits, but it sounds like others have.
And
so I'm assuming that rope would go as long as you want it to go. Does the crew ever talk with you?
How
or
about we
interact
have
with you
him show it
as
off?
you
He'll
are
show it off a
flying?
lot more.
Oh, that's a very interesting question.
A lot
I
better.
have not had them do that yet, but they do in my head.
He'll probably have one too.
But that's interesting. They do interact with me actually.
So I'm starting the raid in 8 seconds.
Real world is 250.
Thanks, Twitchy Rich. Hope you stick around. I hope nobody gets
Seeker.
upset with me.
It's hard to
We're
say that.
raiding.
Formidable Seeker.
Everybody
I'm doing
follow
well. How
Joel
are
if you haven't.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Game and Granny. Yeah, that is cool. It is awesome. So when you just hit start, it gets it ready to go. Gets you all ready to go and ready to take off. I was also going to show some of the cool things. Iceman just raided the channel with 7 viewers. Iceman with the raid. Wow, thank you, Iceman. Welcome all. I bet I know some of those 7 people. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just showing something that you are probably very, very familiar with. Showing off the Hems version of the new Action Pack.
I'm sorry, I'm
ready
just
for
trying
action.
to
Formidable Seeker, you are good.
get a
to hear.
couple of
Good to hear.
logos off here, and I can't find mine.
Just
There
got
they are.
started. I did
Okay.
want to show more about the equipment. So I really like this feature. Now you can add and subtract equipment right here on the iPad. What I did earlier is I
It
put
was
on the
cool.
floats.
My auto
I like the floats, and I took this off and put it back.
auto shout out worked, but it didn't bring out
Searchlight, which we're gonna check out
my
later.
shout
I
out
also
guru.
like
So
it.
I
We'll
got to
see what
figure
this
that
looks
out
like now.
too.
So that's what it looks like now, and I just added floats. And now I'm going to add the bigger nose because I like
I'm
the
not
bigger
sure
radar
where he
dome.
is. I've got his.
We're in Africa,
It's
so the radar
yeah. It
needs to
looks
go
like it's
further.
Safari is what he
That's
called
gonna
it.
add a little weight.
He is in
You can,
my
remove
thigh.
or You can remove the
Animal
hoist
Safari. Oh man, I
and
didn't
put it
download
back
that.
on. You can change the skids. The skids.
I
has
didn't get
skis.
the add-on.
You can put those on.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna
Oops,
fly.
that's not a very good
I'm
picture.
just
There
gonna
we
watch
go.
him.
You can put those on.
What?
He
Didn't read his manual.
What are those called?
Oh, Joel.
Preventers. Those have to be on. Oh, but we should put the pointy things on the front. Just in case
No,
we do want to
we
go
were told
helicopter
not to
hunting.
use in different
But it
livery.
is Iceman.
That
That's
is
a raise.
not.
Thank you, sir.
That is not his. I don't think that's in there.
Yeah, I like to have.
Yeah, but I don't think that's in the default pack.
the weaponry on the
Wow.
front of the skids. Not actually weapons. That's not what they're for. They're for safety. It's all for safety. Oh, it
I've
looks
not
like I'm missing
seen
some
that
things.
one.
I am missing some things. I like the wire cutters as well. I guess they just came on one of the other.
Joel.
So, throw the wire cutters on the skids and on the outside. Those are the wire cutters right there.
I'm gonna go up to his Discord.
Love having those on there.
Anybody not have Joel's Flight with Joel's
Iceman,
Discord
right here with a
server?
shout out to Iceman. Yes, definitely check out Iceman's stream.
So I'm gonna go up to his
Lots of
Discord
expertise on the 145.
because I need to tell
Very happens on the
tell
high
him
performance
he's not
group
supposed
Discord
to be in
channel,
that.
As a matter of fact, so many people who know everything about this, and also, I mean, even the developers often on there. Often see the developers on there checking it out. So I think we're pretty well equipped. I like how we're sitting. Well, another thing I do for now,
Raph, do you want to
because my
link
system is
to
not a
Flights with Joel?
best, is right now I'm turning these off. I just get better
All
performance.
right, buddy.
And if I remember, I'm turning off the rotor, not the rotor blur. That's usually.
All right, buddy.
usually
Appreciate
off.
you joining us. Come
I
back
turn both of
again.
these off because the rotor blur I don't like.
Yeah,
very
we
much
do
because
this
it
every
shuts.
Wednesday and
And the
Thursday
downwash
at
effect
1
sometimes
Eastern
in a
and
big
noon
group,
on Sunday.
In a
So
large group
love
flight,
to have
which
you
this
fly
can
with
turn
us.
out to be, it can cause issues. It can cause some problems. So before I jump out of here,
So I'm going
just
to
real
jump
quick,
up there a minute.
I did want to check out the airport a little bit. You've got a lot of cool freeware scenery here in the middle of Africa.
Hey, where's Red today?
Masai Mara. Hawkwind is already
Anybody
over
hear
there,
from Red?
Probably checking out the first animal encounter that we're gonna come across.
No, I say, did anybody speak to Red
Quiet
today?
day here in Africa.
Has he not
so
been?
far.
He's not been
A
in
few
here.
people hanging out. Oh, a few people more people than I thought. More people than, as always.
Yeah,
more people than
I think Joel's
knew
in
about. So
a.
put this back down here.
I don't think
Fun
he's in
scenery. I've been flying it
a
for a couple days. having a good
default
time.
livery. We were told to stay in the default livery.
Fun stuff. I'm setting this up for later.
Yeah, no, on the hens
Setting it
pack.
all up. So now my flight plan is already loaded in.
In his email,
Go
he
here, and I can open
obviously
this up.
didn't
I'm
read the
probably gonna
rules,
not keep this open.
and that's
So
going to be
where I'm
fun
going.
to tell him
Because
about.
again, it kind of causes.
I'm not sure. Maybe he's in a default.
I know
I
it
don't
can
think
cause
so.
some issues with frame rates. Not much, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. And as I upgrade,
I could
we'll
be
get
wrong.
better. So we're just going a couple miles
I'm
out. What
sure
I
I've
heard
looked at
was,
all the liveries, and that
um,
one is not in it.
Someone was being chased by a giraffe, and apparently they stubbed
Not
their
in the
toe
package
really
I've
bad,
got anyway. Maybe he's
and
got
they wanna
4
be careful
liveries.
with
I
it.
don't
So
know.
that's why I haven't been in a big hurry. It's from what we understand, it's just a stub toe, and there are well, watch my video.
I
for
don't
more.
have
There
any
are
recent
built-in
updates.
missions.
I was told
Built-in
2 weeks
missions.
on the 16th.
So when you go to my YouTube channel, some of you already know about it. I'll be posting it on all the Discord places. But it talks more about the
I think
missions
that's what
and,
they're waiting on.
how those work. So the built-in missions is it's such a cool thing. It is such a cool thing. But if you have done all the missions, or you're in the middle of Africa and there is no mission, they still exist. They do still exist. The main thing I got to remember is that I have my H145 profile in, so certain buttons I can't push.
I
can't
forgot.
push certain
I
buttons.
didn't get the download or
Crash
the
my
flight
computer.
plan.
All right, you ready? So do they interact? Here's your answer, kind of. So you look, oh, look at that. He does look at you. He says, "Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm ready."
I'm already.
So they do
I'm
kinda
already in
interact
the
with
sim
you.
though.
Yes, I have to say yes. They haven't spoken to me yet, and I'm going to freak out when they do, but they do interact with me. So putting in the power, I've got a load of people, so I want to get a good hover, make sure everything's working, make sure everything's safe. My assistance is all on, so all the assistance profiles are on. And away we go. So there'll be some nice off-airport landing for all these bush pilots. I love the truck. Apparently, some people had giant vehicles at some airports, so they already updated this. It just came out. They've already updated it. Basically,
Firewalls with Joe.
Let's get going. One thing I forget is that Africa's high. These savannas are still up there. I mean, we're already at almost 5,000. We're over 5,000 feet, and it looks like it's flat, but we're kind of in the mountains. So I'm going to fold this back, and just to help with the smoothiness of it all. And I'm not using autopilot at the moment because it will stay where you set it, basically. Going to have to head out. Hubby and I have stuff to get done. It was nice being here. We'll be back again, hopefully in a bit. Be back again when well, thank you, Gaming Granny. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. It's always more fun when there's people here. Truth be told, always more fun when there's people here. So let's find this. Let's find this guy with the stub toe. See what's going on. This is going to be fun because I get to be. We get to watch a lot of different things going on. Get to watch a lot of stuff. Someone just texted me and distracted me in the middle of my stream. Okay, I should see giraffes fairly soon. I better start slowing down. Unfortunately, I can't see the other 145s because when I have this preview in, the other ones are not installed. That's the way they asked me to do it, so that's what I'm doing for now. Even though we could do a bit of a hack and we could have them both in. So just for today, I might be seeing a lot of blue.
No, you can't. I tried.
Barons.
No, you can't, Joel.
Planes.
With both of them loaded.
So
I'll
I'll
both
feel
of
like
them loaded.
Come to the flight.
Hello, Red.
Jelly, what's going on? How's it going? Hello. What's up with the action pack? Haven't kept up with stuff. Oh, okay. Well, I was just introducing it. We're going to show you a lot of the features right here, right now. Okay, I'm looking for someone with a stub toe that wants to be rescued. This is the HEMS version, but go back and watch the VOD for the beginning. I'll also have a video that explains it further. But basically, the action pack is giving us five more versions of the 145. 5 more versions. This is the HEMS version. And I'm going to show you one of the cool things it does. This comes with missions. It comes with just a ton of stuff. It comes with people, stretchers. It's a completely different interior. Completely new interior. There they are. There's a giraffe.
Hey, Red.
Okay. So the giraffes are just.
Do you know if he's in a default livery?
We've got a photographer with a stub toe that needs a rescue.
The email that was sent not only said that, but it also said to use a default livery.
He's right in here somewhere. He's right in here. And just to be safe, to keep the crew away from the giraffe, we're going to go ahead and we're going.
So I didn't look at all of the.
So we're going to get just over here.
What came with it? Yeah. I didn't see that one in mine anyway, but I may have got mine before he did.
Hover system on.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
So right here.
Now, I can't say that, and I'm just giving a heads up in case I didn't recognize it as any of the 3 that I've flown, but he may have 4.
There's the map. So all the missions will come up when you say missions. However, I'm not near any of them. So right now, if I select one, it's going to be like a 5,000.
I mean, it's entirely possible as they put it together. You know, one release may have different liveries. So he may be in a default. I don't want to say he's not, but that's why I didn't put it on.
And now we're going to begin the hoist.
Well, I don't know.
Did it work?
It hasn't been released yet, so that's what I'm saying. He may have gotten one after I did, after they posted mine to my email, he may have gotten a different build,
And this is why I set this up.
and it may have.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
get it right.
I mean, we get them the same way. You know, we do the normal build, but in a different
There he is.
thing, and we're told not to get support on the
Not at all.
145 public Discord. Go straight through a special link.
See, I still don't
Yeah,
see this.
go straight. Yeah, go straight through a special link, and
Not see him.
yeah,
Hopefully he won't get
I don't
trampled
know.
by giraffe. We got a nice steady.
Good
nice
afternoon,
steady here.
sir.
I'm a bit higher than I thought. I didn't think I was so high up. Am I raising up as he goes down? No, nice flyby. Oh, there's a patient. There he is. There's the dude. How's he look? How's he look? Not too bad. I think I'm trying to take off here, so I need to lower it down just a little. Lower it down and check out all the giraffe. And just keep my hover steady.
Dankeschön.
Stay nice and steady here. There we go. There we go. I know a lot of you are seeing aircraft. If you don't have this pack, you're just seeing aircraft hover. Now, see how the winch came back up? So now it's wait for crew operations. Crew operations in progress. We wait. Isn't that awesome? That is a long hoist. Yes, sir.
It's not as long as you think,
hoist.
though.
I definitely cannot argue with that. I think, and from what I'm hearing, it's as long as you need it to be. Yeah, there again, it looks like I'm dropping a little there. Oh, there, he's ready. Oh, that's so cool. That's so awesome. All right. So now it says set GTCH target. So I set that, and it will take me over the target. I'm getting too high. Hover, hoist, and patient up. There we go. It's bringing him up. Hoist going down. Oh, we got another observation helicopter, which is helpful. So it gets close. All it has to do is get near him, obviously. And it should start hoisting him up. Oh, am I wrong? Do I have to do something else? Perhaps I have to hover, hoist, and yeah, no, this should work. What's he waiting for?
He's waiting on you to get low enough for the. I mean, it takes a long time.
Oh, I haven't had this happen. This is new.
Nothing's happened.
Okay,
It just
come
he's
on.
so high. It takes a long time.
Interesting. We are trying to hover a patient or hoist a patient up now. Is he okay? I think he's coming up now. Oh, it's just real slow. No, he's just hanging. Uh-oh. Problems with the hoist. Problems with the hoist. No, he's just really slow. He's coming up. Here he comes. Here he comes. Okay, I was impatient. But look at that. Look at that detail, man. That is cool. My dramatic music stopped. That was very high. Yes.
Who said
And I was up in the
42
air
weeks?
quite a ways. Now it says free flight.
Who-
So we
who
continue
said
our
42
flight
weeks?
with patient on board.
Oh,
I
yeah.
needed to be
2 weeks from
high,
the
Mr.
16th, what
Iceman,
I was
because
told.
Look at these giraffes. Look how tall they are. They're huge. I didn't want to get too close to them. I didn't want to spook them. I mean, these things are loud. All right, so now we continue on, and actually, because it's just a sprained ankle.